In this episode, we're going to be wrapping this Lamborghini Aventador in Supergloss Pearl White, having the calipers painted orange and adding a bunch of gloss carbon accents. We begin by removing the old paint protection film. This enables us to give a paint-like finish with the wrap when installed. It avoids embossed edges along the edges and corners. Now that the film's been removed, Chad sprays an adhesive remover before taking a plastic tool and scraping the adhesive off until everything's gone. While Chad finishes up with the adhesive residue, Josh begins the disassembly process at the rear spoiler, then moving on to the glass located in the rear hatch. Before we call it a day, we bring the car over to Excalibur Auto Body for gloss orange calipers. This is going to match the interior of the car and go great with the black Lamborghini script. Here we are the next morning with the gloss orange calipers and the black lettering. It's going to go great against the seats, giving it a factory look. Time to get her cleaned up and ready for installation. And here we are, all cleaned up. The previous wrap has been removed, all the adhesive residue has been taken off, and key components have been removed, such as the door handles and mirrors. Starting with the door, we begin to squeegee a U-shape pattern down, evenly distributing the stretch along the way. Moving on to the quarter panel, we start by removing the protective cap sheet. Next, we take the panel in bulk form, we heat and stretch across the panel until it's glassed out before squeegeeing the material to the edge, letting out the tension along the way. Always remembering to shrink our edges before cutting. As we move on to the fender, you again see it in bulk form before it's been heat and stretched across the panel prior to finishing. Moving on to the hood, we work our way from one side to the other. Now that the material's been squeegeed across the entire panel, we can begin the finishing process. We start by shrinking our edges back to 0% stretch. This way they don't pull back over time, enhancing our long-term durability. And then we cut away the excess until we're left with nothing but the panel. Moving on to the spoiler, we squeegee the material down with 0 stretch. And then onto the front bumper. Now that it's been glassed, I can begin the finishing process. Moving on to the rocker panel. Josh and Owen begin the reassembly process as I move on to the fender. And then moving on to the rear portion of the car so Josh can begin to reassemble the taillights. Finally, moving on to the gloss carbon fiber accents, and then the gloss black mirrors. Here we are on delivery day, Lamborghini Aventador completely wrapped in Supergloss Pearl White. We have the orange calipers to go with the interior, the gloss carbon accents throughout the entire car. This gives it a unique look while remaining classy. This wrap included the door jambs, which also includes the back sides of the doors. Absolutely love the way it turned out. In next week's episode, we're going to be collaborating with VIP AutoWorks to wrap this C8 in matte black, have the guys next door install Lamborghini doors, paint the wheels gloss black, and much more. Be sure to check it out next week.